I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndyWrestling.us and IndyWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, 948 Tuesdays. We're going to talk about professionalized wrestling and whose house?
Sorg's house.
Thank you. That's what it says in the corner. We have with us, we got a crew with us tonight. We got Mayhem Mania coming up later tonight with the first round matches are set. And I mostly spelled everybody's name right on the graphics. And I fixed part of it. Okay.
I
fixed part of it and
Sorg,
didn't look at the rest of it.
This is my first time doing this.
Yes. Yes, the Riz.
This is my first time hosting this.
Yes.
And you messed up.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey, wow.
I'm not even going to go there because
It's Sorg's house, but Riz is fucking knocking on the door hard. Jeez,
this
man.
It's a big deal for me, okay?
It's a big deal.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Also with us, you're hearing the voice. He's with us. He is picture perfect, the 880 hardcore champion with the big P.
Big P. Big
Dior
P guy.
Castro is here.
That's me. How we doing?
How you doing? First time on the show.
Yes, sir.
Causing all kinds of havoc down there on the south side.
Havoc. That's a bold word.
It's a bold word.
Yeah. I'm trying to place the line where it should be.
Okay.
That's all I'm trying to do.
What's the line?
Yeah.
Is the hardcore line? Is it are you walking the line? Is it a razor's edge line?
Let's be fair.
Are we crossing the line?
Let's be fair.
Because I think somebody else will trademark that.
I am the line.
You are the line.
I'm trying
he is the line.
to set a precedent there, and people just aren't falling in line. So you gotta make them.
Okay. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about your interesting relationship with the Jocks.
My boys.
Your boys.
My boys.
Okay, we'll get into the Jocks here, and all kinds of stuff. But of course, this is a Wrestling Mayhem Show. We talk professionalized wrestling. There's going to be Mayhem Mania. We'll have a little bit of fun later. And I did get to see. I had a very wrestling weekend in Los Angeles actually. So we'll talk about. I did get to see Queen of the Ring. I want to share my thoughts on that a little bit. I will just stay at the top. Go see it if you're a wrestling fan. I think you're going to appreciate it. And beyond that, WWE, AEW, let's get into off the top of the show. Riz, do you want to? What is on top of your mind before we talk about things that I went to?
I know you went to the show.
I went to AEW Revolution. And thank you so much for you know who you are with the hookup on that one. And listen, so I did not go to LA to go watch wrestling. I went to LA to do work.
You did.
I was listen. No. There's a nice side.
Yes,
it's
you
a nice
did.
side. A nice side effect here. I've been very lucky that my work has brought me to places where cool things are happening. I went to H2O Wrestling a couple weeks ago because we happened to be in Philly, and I'm like, well, what wrestling's out here? And then I looked at this and like, hey, we want to go to UCLA on the 9th, and I was like, the 9th UCLA, and then I'm watching. Literally, I'm looking at AEW, and it's like, that's in LA. I'm in LA. It's 30 minutes away from where I'm going to be working. I think I'm going to, with the call times at 1 o'clock. Oh, I think I could do this. Wait, time changes. So no, yeah. So I was very fortunate to have that and called in very few. I try not to do a lot of favors, ask a lot of favors, but this was an easy one here. But no, I got to go see that. That was my first time at the Crypt. God.
No.
Ew.
No.
That's what they call it, don't they?
Right.
I don't
Staples
care.
Center.
There we go.
Listen, the Staples is in off that, and I'm losing my Staples down the road, so I don't know if I can do it anymore. They're putting in Aldi's in. So, but anyways, No, it was so yeah. No, I had that opportunity there. I actually want to give a shout out before that. I also caught wind. I was also fortunate because I was in near Ontario, California, because that's where the first day of my job was at the SEMA garage, and which was Diamond Bar or whatever that town was. Everything's got an interesting name in like Eastern Los Angeles. So, but there was another wrestling show with Rival Pro Wrestling that was like 6 miles up the road from my hotel the first couple of nights. I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to go do this, right?
Yeah.
This show had Ray Horace was on it. Bad Dude Tito is their champion.
Okay.
Knox is the referee for this. Literally, he's doing this, and he's also on TNT because they pre-taped Collision at the same time.
Yeah.
And then he's at the pay-per-view the next day. I was like, what the hell is this world,
on?
right? He's walking by me. This is at an American Legion in Baldwin Park, California, and it is like absolutely bonkers. Like they sold it. Apparently, it's the first time this is their first show of the year. It's March. It was the first pay-per-view for AEW, so I guess that tracks. And they had seating, but it was mostly standing. The hallway where they came in was also the entrance. Which was like I came out of the bathroom. Because I it's like right before intermission. I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, let's go get this. Ray Horace gets beat by a local guy who was very, very good, presumably local guy, somebody I didn't know, but he was very, very good. So I come out of the bathroom and see a luchador getting ready to do a run-in.
Oh my god!
I'm just like, what the hell? So it's like I'm getting this vibe, like I talked about a couple weeks ago, where I accidentally walked into the locker room at H2O because I didn't know where the front door was, and I was the only one with a sign. So, and like I had that moment for a second. I was like, no, I'm in the right place, and I think he's in the right place. And
was it more reminiscent, sort to like early RWA?
Early RWA, where you see everybody going to the bathroom beside the entrance.
Yeah,
well, that's not early RWA. That's like a year ago RWA.
Yeah,
before we got the ramp. So,
but like still, like whenever you try to do a run-in, there's people trying to go to the restroom. There's a whole line going to the restroom.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, even as it is, as we're standing in the crowd, we need to we all gather in to the ring to watch, but then we all have to scatter and make an aisleway, and everybody was very good about it.
Yeah,
I was like, everybody was on the page, or like, I'm gonna, but also like everybody's walking right by us and through us and everything like that. It was not a big room. This weekend, I think I realized how much I love California wrestling.
Okay,
because some of the most wild shit I've seen out there, like between working in the Circle 6 weekend back behind a bar, WrestleMania weekend stuff, to Murder Mania with New Fear City, to like seeing these crowds and everything. It was a lot of fun, and like there was nobody on the card that was like, you see indie shows like, we were working with a lot of new guys on 880 and everything like that. Sure. And you see other shows where it's like, oh, that really bombed. These kids are not really getting it. Mm-hmm. Everybody there looked like they belonged on fucking TV.
Really?
Everybody looked like they were doing lucha shit. Everybody was tight. Like I think I saw one botch all night that like really stuck out, right?
Wow.
The entire night of 6 matches.
That's really
also,
good.
6 matches.
Big thumbs up.
And they come out and they're like, listen, we're gonna have 6 matches, and we're gonna do 4, and then an intermission, and then I'm just like, yo, you're telling me the whole
matches after the intermission?
You're telling me the whole fucking script right now, man? Like, what the hell is happening? I love this. They had a DJ that fucking kept the party going.
Okay.
I mean, he's dropping like CM Punk and stuff in there, but it was like all like it was all rap at the beginning. It was all like Tupac, California Love, and like some good stuff there. Like he was vibing this shit, right?
Wow.
Like they dropped the lights, and it's funny because it's an American Legion. It's fucking fluorescence, right?
For
like
sure.
the ceiling's not terribly loud. I'm just like, they got luchadors on this show. How's this gonna work?
Mm-hmm.
Even Bad Dude Tito was against God, he used to be part of Taven's group with maybe it was Kingdom or something. Bateman, Tyler Bateman, is that who I'm thinking? So the guy that's been on Ring of Honor and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So killer card for this thing. Killer, nice, tight, good women's matches. They had intergender in there. Everybody was great. Everybody was amazing on this thing. Rival Pro Wrestling, go look at that. They have matches on YouTube, but it hasn't been updated in like 10 months. So give you an idea of it. They're doing, they got some DSLRs around, and, shooting stuff. So like there's footage of this. So but man, if you're in California, look them up. I think he got another show in April. Oh, that's what I don't think I brought those in here. I have a whole pile of flyers from them, like on my car, handing me out from this one indie show, and I wanted to go over. Oh, the Santino brothers were handing stuff out for the school and shows after the AEW show. But anyway, so there's that, and then also wild being in my section and seeing people from the night before from the other show. I'm just like. Like I don't yeah. I'm just like looking around. It's like why is that face? I'm in California and I'm seeing familiar faces, which is wild, right? And
I'm surprised nobody was like, hey, Sorg.
Actually, there was one.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Because I found myself in a section with some of the New Japan production people that I've worked with, so at the AEW show. So it was just like I heard some say something, and I looked around. I was like, I know this voice, and I'm like, So, but yeah, so that was kind of fun to see that, and even just like some people you see in the crowd. One thing is like you guys saw, if you watched AEW, watched the social media, there was a lot of stars there. Watching Leslie Jones in the second row. Like first time I noticed her, and I don't know how much she's coming up on camera. The chat room said that she was coming up a lot on stuff, and they were like kind of making note of her, right? But she is like during the Swerve and Ricochet match, I'm like, this lady's getting into it up there, and I'm just like, that lady looks familiar,
I know you. I don't know from where.
And I'm just like. And I'm like, look, like, what's her? It's like, and I think I texted it. I was like, hey, do you see this lady in the front row? And they're like, yeah, that's Leslie Jones. I'm like, holy shit, it is. She is yelling. She is standing. Somebody's holding her back at some point. She's toweling herself off. And I'm like, this is the third match. She's not going to last. Yeah. Right? And then everybody knows how that show went. Right?
Yeah.
Like, that show escalated. Significantly. The guy next to me is asking if the blood's real half the night.
So
and I'm just like, hey, sorry to tell you, pal, that's fucking real. They are not fucking around with this thing.
It's crazy to think like some people are like, that's fake blood. No, son.
But also, you've seen the pictures.
Yeah.
You've seen the shots.
Yeah.
There was a lot of it.
That's true.
Like Tony Storm got deathmatch bloody.
I feel like she's been doing that a lot recently, and I like it.
But that was so beautiful. The way they did that, they're so laying there, and I haven't seen how it came off on video. I'm going to try to watch the packages on Wednesday night for this, or watch some clips online because I'm watching it from the crowd. Yeah. But the way that they were laid out at the end, and then they pulled up the end, on the screen, I was like,
perfect.
Oh my god! Perfect. When's the last time you've had like a perfect ending to a storyline like that? And that's so good. They had it in Hollywood. It's just so. Don't tell me AEW can't do storytelling. Yeah. Between this, Ricochet, Swerve,
Ricochet's felt like relevant. Ricochet felt like reborn. Almost.
Yes.
And it's so awesome to see somebody that went from like not being able to talk on a mic to cutting like good heel promos. I love it. And it's and I'm curious because I know we have some people in the chat room that are familiar with earlier Ricochet. I think has he always been able to talk and just did not have the opportunity, or because I mean obviously I was just watching interviews with AEW with AJ Styles, talking about how he came in thinking that he needed to be X. And then talk to Vince is like, oh, you want this? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like nobody wanted heel Ricochet, but also that's what he was. King Ricochet was a big thing. Yeah. Right. Yeah. They're like, no, we want a flippy guy, or you need to be super babyface because that's where we want to put you. Yeah. I mean, it is tough with that moveset to like, you want to cheer for moves like that. You want to see moves like that. But if that's how his personality comes across on the mic, then you have to let him run with it and see how the crowd takes it. Absolutely, and it's been tremendous. Like that build was so strong. I forgot it wasn't the cage match. Yeah, like they came out. I'm just like, wait, what? I forgot who the cage is for. You know what I mean? Like there's so much going on. Yeah. But yeah, the Tony and Mariah May was amazing. That cage match.
where I was sitting, it was lined right up behind. I think it's the shot that the jib got to, but I took a picture of the two of them across from each other.
Yeah.
And that's because Missy's a big Will Ospreay fan from the few shows that we've done with him, and Kyle Fletcher from the few shows. Like I've said on the show, I'll be watching AEW late at night, and the Aussie Open would come out, and I just hear her instantly go, Aussie. So no, that was a great combination for that. There's so much good stuff. What's the match in between Omega and Takesha was the other match, right? That everybody was going bonkers for. God, everything, like, you got to like the Tony Storm Mariah May match, and you're like, oh God, Omega and Takesha really got to pull something out here. But like, oh, it's Kenny Omega. We're gonna be fine.
What are we
right?
talking about?
What are we
here?
talking? What are we worried about here? Right? So, and then they did the cage match, and then they're like, all right, it's gonna be Cope and Moxley. I'm like, oh no. Did you either of you watch the pay-per-view live or anything? I don't think anybody. I think I'm the only one that been attending.
Yep.
I'm wondering how it came off on TV. That crowd was hot. That crowd was. I walked in during the Orange Cassidy entrance, which was the Big Boom AJ Boom match, right? That crowd was crazy.
Wow.
Like, and I noticed this when I watched it on, like, the first time they had Big Boom on for a 0 hour. Like, it was a Jersey? It was a Newark, I think they
did.
It
had to have been Jersey.
It was like, that crowd was into everything. It is one of the highest pops of the night.
That's awesome.
Period.
That's
and
awesome.
I think it was tough contender on this show, but it was one of the biggest pops of the night.
That's
if
awesome.
not the biggest pop of the night. It was them doing that stuff.
Wow.
And fucking
Just say it, Sorg.
Madden getting into it with the kid. I don't know the fucking Costco people.
Oh,
Okay.
dude. What was it? AJ and Big Justice.
Big Justice is the medium kid, and the Rizzler.
Oh,
is the one that dressed like Orange Cassidy this time.
The little one.
Okay, all right.
Little dude.
Okay, the little dude. Okay,
Yeah.
this. I'm sorry, Riz. I'm sorry, Riz.
I had it first. Anyways.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, you pretty much at birth. So
Riz, can I get a Riz face from you?
No, this chin is not. Like, I cannot even.
Oh,
do that.
you got it. You got it.
I got it?
Oh,
Okay.
well, that was good.
You
Actually,
got it, dude. That was it.
All right, that's all you're gonna get.
Oh, that's all I
You
needed.
can only get one. It's
That's
on the
all I
internet
needed.
forever now.
Yes.
I think I hit record, right? Ricochet's always had a personality, says True Prince Pro, Matt Birch in the chat room. He's just never been able to show it the mainstream until now. He's always been hilarious whenever he'd show up in the up, down, downs. Yeah, I mean, that's where they would. But the problem is the people in charge of WWE aren't watching that shit.
That.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and again, that's a hard translation because you're getting to see the real Ricochet.
Yeah.
And you also need to be somebody else on screen.
yes.
So it's hard to translate that to the screen.
Yeah, and I think that's where, like, you know, we talk about the good and the bad of the freedom and the looseness that is AEW.
Yep.
But some people don't thrive in that regimented system at WWE.
Yep.
Jericho got to the point where he could do whatever the hell he wanted for the most part. But he had to earn that trust, and that is a hard road, it seems.
I mean,
and it's not terrible. That's not a terrible thing. It's just not applicable for everybody's talent set.
True.
Some people thrive in different environments, especially wrestlers or artists. So, you know, they're going to flourish in one environment versus another. Some are going to be amazing on the indies, but not be right for TV.
Yep.
Right? That's a fact.
Yeah.
And that's not a terrible thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As long as that person understands it and works towards that and makes it something, you know, look at Matt Cardona's doing right now, right?
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
amazing stuff.
Yes.
Hip ups on TV. It's fine. You know what I mean?
I you know, again, I was young, so I always loved what he was doing on TV, but that's the audience you're appealing to.
Exactly. But like, I just feel like he pops up, he goes for a Ring of Honor title shot, he goes for a TNA title shot, and just like, well, here's Matt Cardona. Okay. You know, he doesn't have that air other than the only thing that makes him cool is, you know, what he's doing in the indies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not terrible.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. Like if your reputation precedes you, and you don't have to do that much when you show up and get the big payday on TV, fucking good for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? So
And like even in WWE, he was the first internet star of WWE.
Which
he was
everybody
the first
does
one
now.
to go into like they had to go look for him to do things, just like he is doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he was on WWE, it was just, oh, there's Zack Ryder, that's cool. But he made a name for himself while also being in that zone.
Same thing, right? He got his reputation on the internet, which brought into, you got excited to see him on TV because of that reputation he does off TV.
Yep, absolutely.
Right? Like there's a lot to that. Gargano was remember Gargano was doing the Power Hour when he was on the Indies. We talked about it when he was doing that. He was like the only one doing it at the time. I don't think even Zack Ryder was doing something at that point, you know, and it was just like in that, again, it showed his personality, got him to more places, you know. Yeah. Because I think that was right before he started maybe doing Dragon Gate or something. So, and I remember seeing him after Dragon Gate. I'm just like, oh, this is a different Johnny Gargano, because it was the first time he was doing like suit Johnny Gargano.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, all right, this is
behind this.
This is a new vibe. Okay, I dig this, you know. But anyways, so yeah, no, it was fantastic being like, I'm looking around this place, and like this is like, I know this arena's been around forever. Like WrestleMania 21 always comes to mind on this one, right?
Yep.
And I was like, look, I was like, this is where WrestleMania 21 was. But it was like, it's definitely been updated. They definitely kept up with it. I'm presuming with the name change, they did some updates and everything too. So and that place was relatively full. Like they were up in the upper tier on that thing. I think they might have been blacked out behind me, but they were like, most of the upper bowl had people on it, you know, and so they did very, very well there. And you know, I know there's some discussions about some of the concert halls weren't doing any favors because I can see the empty seats because they can't hide anywhere. What was the last place they did in Sacramento? Like I watched that and I was like, you can't hide the seats because the place is too small. And the way it's lit, I've seen this with some of the MMA shows we do. You know, it's like just the lights go everywhere, and you can't black out, so that, you know, when AEW does these long multi-tapings, people are gonna go. Yep. And what are you gonna do about it? Like I'm really curious what they do with Ring of Honor, because people don't stick around for Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? So people hardly stick around for Rampage.
I mean, it's hard to stay around that long on a weeknight.
Yeah, on a Wednesday night.
Yeah. Right.
The show here lasted into, and it was that, I know we had injuries that I think reconfigured things and made them go later on the pre-show, but like it was past midnight by the time we were finished with the Ring of Honor main event. After Rampage, after the live Dynamite, which also went long, because that was like one of the Daniel Bryan matches, and Daniel Bryan Danielson. You know, so yeah, but I don't know. But I think they had a really good weekend. Good on them. They're on the celeb train. They had everybody at ringside. Yep. I'm still trying to figure out who these people walking by me getting selfies with people was. So I don't know. Maybe if I watch the show back, they called him out.
Did you get a selfie with him?
I didn't get a selfie with him because I don't know who the fuck he was.
But no, that's why you do it.
He was some dude. He had poofy hair. He had a white jacket with like red and blue stars on it. And it was not Carrot Top. I would know who the fuck Carrot Top is. I know fucking Carrot Top,
Why was that the first person that came to mind?
Yeah. Poofy hair, and that's the first thing.
Poofy hair?
Poofy hair, Carrot Top.
Oh my God. Celebrities at AEW Revolution. Let's see if the internet will tell me who the fuck this was.
Watch it beat Carrot Top.
I think I might have taken a blurry picture of this guy like Bigfoot, trying not to be a creeper.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I need
I was definitely in like some kind of section because I feel like everybody around me was talking about their podcast.
Everybody in LA has a podcast.
I was just like, I don't like, what is, I don't. I don't think I like wrestling podcasters, guys.
Wow.
Turns out, I hate myself. Anyways, it was just some of the conversations. It's like, okay, are you even watching this show right now?
Oh, I know one celebrity you saw, Sorg.
Are you going to talk about this? We're not going to save this for Patreon.
I mean, you can save it for Patreon if you want.
I put it on the internet. I put it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Listen, we'll talk about my bathroom run-in on Patreon. So I'm gonna hold that story for that because I don't think it's. I mean, that's your tease, and Riz is gonna make sure I stay because Listen, man, what had happened?
I'm thinking of it, right?
I know what you're thinking, and I'm like trying not. I'm just like, fuck. Okay, we know my history with people of a certain stature, and there was another story in that this week. I almost lost my shit when the Minion was only about 4 feet tall too at Universal. So, anyways.
Oh, the Minion.
The Minion. The Minion. Like from the
Minion.
cartoon.
Do they got like
Not
a kid in
Minion.
there?
I'm not going to speculate because I'm going to get canceled. Anyways, you know what? You can't cancel this show as long as people are supporting us on patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't cancel this podcast. Fuckers.
Bro. Yeah.
Oh, man. Patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. I'm about to overdo this thing. Where are we at this? Oh, good. It's a long one. You guys support the show. Thank you so much. You are supporting the show, and I'm going to tell you my stories that I won't tell in public. Thank you, everybody that does support the show, including our friends at the fan of the show level. Bo Diggity! Woo! As well as Team Hammerfist, the Tupac family. See, I'm still learning how to read with these glasses. Bubba, brewer of the Triple B podcast and APWF, which is going to be announcing their 2025 dates very, very soon. Apparently, they don't like to do shows in the cold in the mountains. I understand that.
Oh, yeah.
And and Jason French at the Poppy Club level. Poppy's coming to town. I have tickets here next week. Woo. Fuck yeah.
Woo.
Over in McKees Rocks.
Oh,
Fuck yeah. I'm going to go see some Poppy.
Oh,
Poppy, so anybody wants to go mosh with me to Poppy, come on down. Poppy Club level, Dave Prop Bonner, Ratson and Trench Coat, Tammy Kincaid, and at the Poppy Club level, the Riz.
Pizza Club level. So.
There you go. And that's the manager. There's the manager in the background, Bradley. You guys become part of this. Become part of the Mayhem Nation. Patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. Bradley's asking who's the most underrated wrestler in the Pittsburgh area.
Me. Period.
Well, I give him the truth, but Mana.
Oh, man.
Anyways, Sorg only cares about selfies with Megatron. Listen, I asked Megatron the hard-hitting questions. It's on the Wrestling Mayhem social media. Megatron was at Universal Studios, and I did ask him what he thought about John Cena's heel turn.
Then you asked for a fist bump.
And then I asked for a fist bump, and he said never.
Are we talking about like the Transformers Megatron or like Calvin Johnson, Detroit Lions wide receiver?
I do not know what sports ball references you're making right now.
Yeah,
all right.
The big
all right.
The big
yeah,
guy.
we're talking the real Megatron. Okay,
The real
don't fuck with
Megatron.
me right now.
All right,
okay,
my
it's
bad.
the real Megatron.
My bad. Don't turn heel on me, man. Don't turn heel on me.
Anyways, thank you for that. I did part of my travels because I apparently needed to complete the trifecta of a completely wrestling related weekend. I did because I had to see it. Queen of the Ring came out, starring the girl who played Felicity and Arrow. I didn't even recognize her in the trailers. The little bit that I saw of them.
Yeah.
Then like I think Mad One pointed that out to me. I will say this. If you watched Heels on Stars, starring Stephen Amell,
Great show,
and would like to see a version of Heels that's more of a throwback, that's basically this.
Oh,
It's basically this.
Oh.
It's like, listen, it's there are points that are very overacted. I'm not going to say that's not a detraction. Okay, I'm just understanding what kind of movie this is, and I think the accent's what did it. The Southern accent, I think, mostly did it. But no, it's very well done. It's really cool to see how many wrestlers cameo. Mickey James pops up for a frame, in a scene. I think I saw like a frame of Britt Baker in the background. So,
DMD?
What's that?
DMD.
The DMD,
Can't
I
forget
believe.
DMD.
DMD is in this. So, yes. So I made a tweet because Walkin' Wild has an action figure coming out, I think,
nice.
finally.
Nice.
So I was like, I need to make a list of people that have been to my house that have action figures now.
Yes.
Which includes him and also includes Britt Baker. Well, now there's a list of people I've seen in movies that have been in my
Number one.
Before we did the studio, number one, Britt Baker, also Cobra Kai. Which was just like,
That was so funny. She was in that. I was watching it with my dad, and I'm like, "Is that Britt Baker?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Are we watching the same thing?" That was awesome.
Yeah, in that accent, it was great.
Yes.
And that wasn't a Russian team. It was like it was something else, right?
They what was the one nationality? Was it? I don't want to say something wrong.
Listen. They went with the nationalities. I think we can piggyback on that.
Yeah.
But it was something Eastern European, I'm sure.
Okay.
Let's just go with that.
Yeah.
But it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun to see that too.
Yep.
So, but anyways, no, really good movie. Even at one point, the one girl pops up. And I was like, she looks really familiar. And then I was like thinking later, I was like, fuck, she's from Heels.
Was it the chick like the?
It was a blonde girl that was doing the spot at AEW.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
But yeah, she was the main girl in Heels actually.
Yeah.
So because I'm just like, damn, she seems really familiar.
Yeah.
No, it was really well done. Obviously, I think they're covering like 20 or 30 years in this thing, so it's going to feel fast, It's not as depressing as the Von Erich one is, because that was and also the Von Erich movie seemed like so much less about wrestling.
Yes.
This is very much about wrestling.
Okay.
And I think the dialogue, and this is kind of like the point I think I need to put on this is, I feel like the dialogue is, we're back in the 40s, 50s, maybe 30s, talking about wrestling. At a certain point, it feels like how we talk about wrestling now when we use the terms kayfabe, heel, face.
Yep.
I have one nitpick. This is right at the beginning of the movie, so I'm not spoiling. Also, it's a fucking documentary. What the fuck am I spoiling? There's a point where what's your face that this is about? Burke. She sits down with, I think, her mother, who looks really young to be her mother, by the way. So
not a problem.
So they sit down, and this guy goes back and just starts explaining heel and face to them.
Oh.
In the middle of the crowd. Oh. And I'm just like,
ouch.
Understanding, reading all the books that I've read and hearing all the interviews about, with Ric Flair and all these guys that came up through this era.
Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of Gorgeous George in this. There's like Gorgeous George becoming Gorgeous George as part of this movie as a side plot. I put that in there too. That was very cool.
That's awesome.
And the way they're developing him and they kind of how they illustrate that is really cool. There's this promo session between him and another guy. That's a lot of fun. And the guy's like telling them, like, he's like helping them to spice up their verbiage.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, it's fucking promo class, and I love it. And the dude giving promo class is the Walter Goggins, who's an amazing actor. I love him, like everything he fucking pops up in, including Righteous Gemstones. But anyways, so I'm just like, so he just like turns around and just talks to two random girls and exposes the fucking business. In the 40s, like
no,
this
the time.
No, of course nobody's gonna be like just sitting there in a room going, hey, see that? They don't really hate each other.
Now, the guy was like the son of the wrestler, so he was not himself a wrestler, which was interesting, which I feel like is a whole other story too, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like that, like right off the bat, I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing here? Right? I may have verbalized that at some point too, and I was like, there's a lot of.
Were you in a movie theater when you said that? Sorry?
I was in the movie theater when I said that. I'm like, what the fuck?
You just stood up and went, what the fuck is this?
I want my money back.
I'm just like, way to expose the business, bro.
This is not historically accurate.
Yeah. But no, it was very good. It was very. I don't want to say fun because there's spousal abuse in this thing. But yeah, no, the butch is part of the story and everything.
The wrestling
right?
part.
The wrestling part was a lot of fun. Then the main bad the bad guy in this. God, I gotta get the names because I'm blanking on this. Listen, I was in LA literally this morning, so give me a break on remembering shit. Yeah, Queen of the Ring. Hold on, I just need to realign myself here. Camille is the main baddie in this film, right? The casting is great. Deborah Ann Wool, who I love from Daredevil, was in this thing. Francesca Eastwood as Mae Young. He's fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. When she pops, hi, I'm Mae Young, I'm like, oh, this movie just fucking picked up. Let's go. And it is like definitely early, it's early Mae Young and stuff like that. And they allude a lot of things about Mae Young that I did not know about.
Really?
Like I think they alluded that she loved the ladies, and I did not know that about her.
Huh.
June Byers is who Camille plays. And the end match like turns into a shoot and everything like that. And this is interesting. I didn't know this, that like they talked about all the major matches, or all matches maybe were all 2 out of 3 falls at the time.
Oh.
I'd never heard that before.
Neither have I.
But they really kind of laid that in. You have Jim Cornette pops up as the NWA president.
That's awesome. Very fitting.
At some, God, I don't know. There's a point where there's a Vince Sr., that pops up in a meeting, and they're talking about that, alluding to some things that are going to be happening soon. It's really interesting. But again, it is talking about like, hey, certain states, and here's a bunch of dudes talking about this on the show because I got called out. We got called out talking about women's wrestling on TikTok a few weeks ago. I was like, cool, let's not talk about women's wrestling. I won't fucking support it. Fuck you. Anyway,
Don't post.
I'm
it on
jet lagged as
TikTok,
fuck, and I'm live on the internet. Let's go.
Don't clip that and do anything with it, please.
I wasn't on screen for that
The
one.
fuck was I talking about? So women wrestling women was outlawed in certain states like California, New Jersey, I think maybe Kansas, but a woman wrestling a man was okay.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And I'm like, wait a minute.
Logic in
Did
that?
we just like come full circle on this shit?
Yeah.
Because now people like don't like intergender wrestling,
Yeah.
or for whatever reason, it's just like, but like, so, and again, I don't know how. There's definitely some liberties, including the finish of the final match in there, that actually is not match historically what happened.
Yep.
But it's based on a true story. It is not 100%. It is an interpretation. Please take it as that.
Yep.
If you sit there like, listen, I watched the Page movie, and I'm like, I don't think that's how that fucking happened. That's not how NXT runs. I'm pretty sure. Wait, is he supposed to be?
I don't think The Rock knew who he was.
Is Vince Vaughn supposed to be Matt Bloom? Is he Albert? Is that what's happening right now?
It's a little early for that.
but no, I think he is. Like
Really?
the person he plays, I can't remember if they give his name in the movie.
I'll have to look at that on the
But his
credits, too.
position is basically Matt Bloom in NXT. I'm pretty sure.
Huh.
If you look at that.
Huh.
So, and it just, it's like they made a movie out of, like, I'm pretty sure she didn't have a run-in with The Rock.
If she did.
Like, not like that, right? Like,
Maybe like a bump shoulder is like, oh, hi. Like,
hey kid, keep your chin up. Not like a big life-changing speech
Yeah.
that happened backstage.
yeah,
right?
I doubt that.
That's
Like,
your Hollywood thing.
She didn't get a Rock promo
Yeah, exactly.
without a crowd there.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Like, listen, I'm making your movie. I'm now part of your history.
Yep.
That's what we call rock con.
Yes.
You're welcome.
I did this actually. You don't remember it, but this happened.
Yeah.
This is why he's going to be a great politician.
Phenomenal.
But like, you guys watch Young Rock. You like how the whole thing was a setup for him probably running for president in the next 5 years.
Yeah, I could see it.
I feel like I will take it right now.
Yeah,
So,
and then just nothing but like the videos of him being like, "Off is a direction you can fuck." And that's the only thing that's gonna play during his
listen,
campaign.
nothing is out the window these days.
Yep.
And I, not to get political, but I really think we're not going to elect anything other than movie stars at this point and pro wrestlers.
And
But
some movie stars
we're
are
going to
like-
stop that right there because we're not going there right now. Anyways, did anything happen at WWE last night, Riz?
They were at Madison Square.
Madison Square Garden,
MSG.
the other
And-
big arena at the other end of the country.
Yes.
Holy crap!
You recently had your first MSG experience, not
I
with
did.
wrestling. You watched Dungeons and Dragons at Madison Square Garden,
Yes.
which is fucking
Which-
amazingly insane.
You could do
Which
that.
also had pyro, which also had somebody take a stunner,
What?
which also had fireflies in the sky.
What?
What?
Yeah, no, it was an experience.
Riz, I need to go party with you.
Yeah.
I just,
It like, it's still in my mind about Madison Square Garden, and to see I sat there on Monday, watching it on Netflix. And I'm like, holy shit! I was like, I might have been right there.
And
I was like,
no. So as you're sitting there watching Dungeons and Dragons with Pyro, are you sitting there and looking around thinking about all the things that have happened in that arena, including Bruno Sammartino and Snook off the cage like they showed on Monday night?
100%.
Bruno was here.
Holy shit! Snook
Frank
was
Sinatra
here.
was here. Okay, maybe not that.
I was looking at the rafters. They had they had the retired jerseys. But they also had like this guy, or who was it? I think it was might have been One Direction had, or somebody, or I think it was maybe the Styles. He had his own banner. Oh shoot!
You know how good you know how good the AEW show was? I didn't find myself looking around at all the retired jerseys and banners and everything. I looked up once and said, "Oh, there's jerseys, there's banners," and then ignored it the rest of the show.
Wow.
The show had me so much.
Wow.
You know, I don't know how many times I've sat at a Raw PPG's, arena just looking at rafters and seeing how things are built and shit.
Like just start looking at
or a pay-per-view,
Yeah.
And that's how hot that show was. I couldn't believe that thing. Also, it was nice to be on West Coast time, and the thing ended at 9:00.
Oh, that's beautiful. You gotta come back to this.
Yeah, I know, right?
Everything ends at midnight, 1 a.m. You're like, I got work in the morning.
Oh, I see the appeal of the West Coast. Oh, no.
Yeah.
So, no, we're not getting Pyro. I'm going to burn the studio down at Top Rope Tabletop if we try to do that.
Good thing I bought Pyro.
Okay.
It's bad enough they're vaping and causing their own personal fog machines in here, okay? And I don't have an anti-vaping policy in the studio. So not that anybody asked. What?
Don't gotta worry about me.
Okay. I'm really like somebody did it the first time in front of me. I'm just like, should I have a problem with this? I don't think I have a problem with this.
Should you have asked?
Should they have asked? Maybe.
Yeah.
And
smells nice.
It was like, you know what? It smells like blueberries. Why the fuck am I worried about this?
Right?
Yeah, So I mean, as long as you're not doing it before like an actual match, it's not. If you're doing well, it depends on what they have in it. I just presume it's weed at this point. So, anyways,
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden. Yes, Raw. There was also a steel cage.
There was also a steel cage match, which also was pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm. That was good. Yeah.
In probably different ways than the Osprey and. The Oscar match.
Oh yes. Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. Very different ways. Very different ways.
I mean, I believe it was just scheduled afterwards. I believe the triple threat is happening at Mania.
It's going to be Roman, Seth, and Punk.
Yeah.
Let me see if that's official on the website.
Unless I got schooled by. Whatever.
Did you get a Tom's Customs again?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, that fucker! He's way too good for our own good.
Now, do you think this is? And now I'm already going into like fantasy booking. Do you think that could be a?
That's for later in the show, but I got you.
Do you think that could be a tie-in into the Cena Cody main event, or either the Jay Gunther main event?
I think it's the. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride match. You know what I mean? Especially for Punk right now.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, you guys main evented, so I'm going to get the rub. That young upstart CM Punk.
No, I mean, that feels like a WrestleMania main event.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It does.
Then who gets.
It's the first time Roman hasn't main evented and, other than COVID, because he bumped out because his issues. So that makes sense, but yeah, like he's been in our main event for like ever, basically.
And that'll be 10 for him, right? 10 WrestleMania main events for Roman, if that's the case.
Well, I don't think this is gonna be a main event.
No, that's what I was asking.
I don't think.
Night one?
I'm hoping they give the women the night one.
Yeah.
This time.
Because Rhea Bianca, Io feels like a main event.
They haven't had a main event since the three-way with Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda.
Yeah, so it's been 11 years.
So
no, 6.
6?
Yeah,
it was
35.
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah.
Somebody check our math in the chat room, please.
Yeah.
It's the research department calling you in. Anyways, but yeah, it's and Matt's in the chat room. True Prince. I really love the camera shots that WWE used, where CM Punk and Seth were fighting in the top of the cage. Yeah, those are. I had issues. Listen, I know it's a drone. I love you're using your drone shot, and I know it's hard to frame on a drone, but it was not. I would listen. The director is.
Sorg, we can do it.
You know what the director and me was yelling, Riz? What was I yelling? You know what it is?
Headroom.
Yes. Headroom.
Yep.
Headroom. Too much headroom.
Too much headroom.
Too much headroom. Too much headroom. Someone tell that drone. Too much headroom. But then again, they're doing WWE and I'm doing a podcast on Tuesday night in Beach.
So that means
which is amazing, but
it's fun.
So we need to get
different pay scale.
Drones. We need to get drones.
We do not. I have a drone and it's not going to do much. No, I can't do that. I can't get the video off of it like in that way. I don't even. I can record it, but it's like it's not good. So it's $100 drone. What do you want? And it's like I broke one, got it replaced, and I barely take it out of the box because I'm afraid to break it again. So I'm a terrible drone person. This is why I'm literally hiring a drone operator from a studio down the street from me here in Beachview to do an event in a couple months. So because I'm like, I ain't getting into this. I'm hiring professionals.
Not risking it.
Not risking it. Not on the facility we need to. Not what the stakes that we are at. I'm like, what does it cost?
Yep.
They will pay it. Let's go.
Yeah.
So anyways.
They also did they also had a Chad Gable return with and then some guy in a mask attacked Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
The mask
Who was
says
that?
the mask says American made on the mask.
But
and
who was it, though?
they did the Daredevil and the Spider-Man suit in the background.
But like,
they did
who is it?
They did it.
You don't know
Who's under the mask?
Who's under the mask?
I don't.
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure.
He's.
It's all speculation.
It's all speculation.
We don't know.
Oh my God!
Listen, it could be Otis under there. We don't know.
It could be Otis in there. It could be
Tazawa.
It could be Tazawa. It could be Shinsuke.
Yeah.
It could be
It could be
the Great
Julius
Khali.
Creed.
Could be somebody.
Great Khali. Yeah, it could have been Great Khali.
Could have been Ivy Nile.
It could be Ivy Nile.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, what's his name? NXT champion.
Obafemi?
It could have been Obafemi because he was there.
I'm relatively. Yeah, sure. It could have been Obafemi.
Regardless, I want to send a big thank you though for putting that deadbeat dad down. A big service they did. I just want to thank whoever it was from the bottom of my heart.
Alex Cars out in California says that Toto Americano has come to 2025 WWE. So I'm going to need some background on that one. That Shades of Mr. America? No, it's a luchador. Obviously.
Duh.
I don't know what you're doing in there in the chat room.
Duh.
Our very, very smart chat room. But
thank you for coming out and watching us.
35 is. I'm so
Could
jealous.
be Carrot Top.
Could
be Carrot.
Fuck it.
That's a good shout. That's a good shout. Actually, nope. It is Carrot Top.
Yeah.
My sources tell me.
Did I break Sorg?
No, I'm writing down it could be Carrot Top as a possible show title.
Yes.
It could be Carrot Top with Dior Castro.
Yes. Dior Castro as Carrot Top.
Yes.
Damn it. Okay, we need to do something else here for a moment. I want to tell you guys to go to I got some places to tell you guys to go. I could go to IndyWrestling.us.
Wow, Sorg.
Go to IndyWrestling.us. This is why you're handling the second half of the show. Watch more wrestling. Hundreds of hours of pro wrestling action. IndyWrestling.network. The YouTube is a lot of free stuff. And, of course, we have memberships, so you can see a lot of the special live content, including our friends at RWA. RWA is actually going live this weekend What is it? March to Victory is the show. Enzo, I don't think we can call it that anymore. The artist formerly known as Enzo Amari.
His name's Real One.
The real one, not that one, is going to be at RWA this weekend, taking on Gianni Michael Enrico, of all people, for I don't know, to see who the real Italian is. Who's Italianer? I don't know what we're fighting for right now, but we're gonna find out. As long as he doesn't talk about frogs again. Anyways, so that'll be a really great show. That's gonna be on the network. So go check that out. IndyWrestling.us, and of course the 880 Wrestling catalog history from the last 2 years is there, including the actions, the potentially dastardly actions of one DR Castro, some would call it.
Dastardly?
I think I've heard that word before. I don't know. I don't know if we got all that old
I mean, he was
that
put
old
in a
time.
casket at one point.
You hopped out of a casket on Halloween
Yeah.
and attacked Brandon.
Yeah. Listen, why are we not applauding me? I overcame death. I should be thanked.
You were
did.
in there for
I should be
quite a
thanked.
long time.
Wait. I did so.
Applauded.
This is true. You were in a casket match in New
Yes.
Kensington.
Yeah.
You were put into a casket.
Yeah. Very rudely, by the way. Might I add?
I don't know. There's a nice way to be put in a casket.
He almost put me through the casket and then put me in it and shut it for months.
Oh, that did do it.
And you were there the entire time. Like
It was dark. It was cold. I was sweaty. It was cold at the same time. Honestly, it was bullshit.
And they left that thing outside for a while, so there was some people peeing on it.
I don't listen. Speculation.
Speculation.
Allegedly.
I ain't smelling you. Anyways, so that happened. You took on Brandon. You are the 880 hardcore champion.
Rightfully so.
There you go. A little less barbed wire on there than there used to be.
Yeah. Who needs barbed wire? Dude, this is wrestling, not a decoration show. Okay.
Okay. So you I alluded to it before. You have a relationship with the Department of Jocks.
Dogs.
What?
My dogs.
He's your dogs? They are your dogs?
Dogs.
Okay then.
Yep.
EAWGs.
Yes, thank you.
Dogs.
Thank you, Bruce.
With a Z?
Dogs.
We got the Z's?
No Z.
Oh,
no
no
Z.
Z.
No Z?
No Z?
No
S.
Z.
No Z, no fist bumps. Got it.
Yep.
Okay. That's what I learned this week.
All dap ups.
Okay. All dap ups? What's a dap up? Oh, that's the thing Michael Cole did the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool kids do it.
The cool kids.
Yep.
The Cole kids do it. They have a lot of energy.
Oh yeah.
And they're too tall.
They're not too tall.
That's my complaint is they're too tall.
Yeah.
Oh no,
they're-
somebody's too tall for Sorg. Welcome to my life.
Welcome to your life. So how do you they bring a lot of energy to the equation at ringside,
Yeah. Absolutely.
backstage,
Absolutely.
on the car rides, I'm sure.
For sure.
How do you manage that? Are you encouraging this? Are you just feeding them sugar all the time
No, not
and
sugar.
Red Bulls and
No, listen, I let them be them. Nobody appreciated them before me. I'd say that I gave them a platform to be themselves. I'd say that I elevated them to a place that they didn't even know they could go.
And who are they?
They're the Department of Jocks. What are we talking about? Dev Sways, Big Jim Fridge. What are we
There was a
talking
good
about?
skeet the other week about how Big Jim Fridge is the best name for a pro wrestler.
Oh, it is.
And also you can only be a pro wrestler with that name.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, he was born to be a wrestler.
Okay.
Legal name, Big Jim Fridge.
Big J Fridge.
Jim.
And are we calling it? Is that what we're calling it? Skeet now, Sorg?
No, that's what they call it. That's what the kids call it. The blue sky is skeets. Tweets, skeets.
I was not aware.
I'm not aware of that. Sorg.
Am I not one of the
Did you
kids?
just make that up?
I did not make it up. Like that's like the head of Blue Sky said it and confirmed it.
Is 23 not a kid anymore? Did I lose the cutoff? Because I wasn't aware of this.
I think she's older than you, so not by much, but she looked pretty young.
Okay.
So,
All right.
anyways, they're open source and stuff. That's a young kid's game.
Yeah.
Old people like, no, give me the money.
Fair.
And cut all the jobs. Anyways, God, it's that kind of night. The celebration with red and white confetti. Where was that yours? Is that what we're talking about?
What?
I don't know. We might have been talking about a different thing. I'm catching up with the chat room right now.
Ah.
Anyways, so you this Thursday,
Yes.
you've
Assembled.
declared.
I've assembled.
Assembled? Oh wait, is this an Avengers situation here? What's going on Thursday night?
Not Avengers.
You're still into it with Brandon St. James. He's still mad. He wants his belt back.
Yeah.
He wants his championship back.
I'd argue he's into it with me. I mean,
Okay.
I'm the hot commodity. He's chasing me.
Okay.
He's gonna be chasing me.
You
for
seem
a
to be
very
getting
long time.
involved in his matches. You seem to be popping up every once in a while.
Listen,
or a guy in a jersey that's way too tall.
I'm everywhere and nowhere at the same time. It's a fact.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So Thursday night there's a hardcore gauntlet happening.
Yep.
And Brandon's got to go through all these guys in order to get to you.
He won't.
I presume at the Knicks Wild Painted Black show. I think I got the title right.
Maybe.
Presumably.
Maybe to that
Maybe.
show.
Or a Thursday night or a Monday night.
Thursday.
There is a happy hour show now.
I mean, let's look at the shot here.
Mhm.
I have the belt. I
Okay.
call the shots.
How do you clean something like that?
You don't.
Okay.
I
that seems
mean-
like the right answer.
Realistically,
Where do you start with that?
yeah. Realistically,
Yeah.
Do you just leave it in the trunk of your car? Do you
I really don't like it getting close to my car.
okay. You have
There's
some
too
disdain
much-
for that championship. Do you appreciate being the hardcore champion, or you just appreciate it not being in Brandon's hands?
I really appreciate's an odd word because I'm the most hardcore wrestler that's ever walked through 880. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
that is the hard, cold truth.
The hardest, coldest?
Yes,
Okay.
colder than this
Hardest,
ice
coldest?
cold Yingling right here.
Okay. Good
Yeah.
pick. Good pick.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I said it online. I said it to Brandon online. I said he should really be thanking me for this.
Okay.
He wrestled everybody.
He's
up,
lost a
down,
lot
left,
less
right,
blood
center.
since, I suppose.
Yeah, and he hasn't had to carry the weight of being a champion.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think anybody's ever pushed him as hard as I push him. I make him be a different Brandon St. James.
Is this because you were in the casket while Hoodfoot was making him bleed?
No comment.
Okay. There's that. I mean, there were a lot of 12-year-olds.
You know what? Actually, it stunk in there. It was gross.
Okay.
I don't like it.
I don't know what those kids did to that casket while you were in there.
To be fair, when I got out, I just kind of saw Brandon going through his whole thing, and
Championship celebration after being Hoodfoot in the middle of the match at Aaron Wood's backyard party for Halloween.
Yeah, so everybody forgot. So I had to remind him. I legitimately broke out of a casket,
Mm-hmm.
resurrected myself.
And you're like, oh shit, it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boo. Dior's back.
Did the casket not have Wi-Fi?
I didn't have my phone.
Oh yeah, you were in a match, so why would you have your phone? Because
Yeah.
Yeah,
what idiot would have a cell phone during a wrestling match? I mean,
I haven't before.
oh okay.
Yeah, took pictures in the ring after. Pretty cool.
Oh, picture perfect.
Yeah,
Got it. That's
yeah.
right. Okay.
yeah.
Only because I'm a winner, though.
From the chat room,
Mm.
True Prince Pro, Matt Birch.
Yeah.
Dior Castro is so hardcore, he wins every match with a hip toss. There's nothing more hardcore than that. Are you from the school of Jock Sampson? Because he is a big
you
hip.
say that.
He's a big hip toss guy.
Funny you say that.
I mean,
There's only one hip toss that could put another man down. Who do you think taught me that hip toss?
that's a big Jock Sampson hip
Jock
toss, huh?
Samson.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I couldn't do a service to that 740 elbow drop,
Mm-hmm.
so I stuck
So
with the hip toss.
you just stayed with the hip toss.
Yeah,
You're just
absolutely.
like hip toss class. I'm done.
Yep.
I'm out of school.
And that, apparently it's all I needed.
Okay.
Keith Hott, Casey Ward, Brandon St. James, hip toss.
Are you
Hip toss
looking
city.
for a cleaner championship?
Oh, I'm definitely replacing this. Yeah.
Okay.
I
What would
think-
you? What would you? Is it going to spin? Is it you're just gonna get a hubcap and strap it to your waist at that point?
Come on.
I mean, what are you? I'm not trying to disparage the 880 belt, but
no,
you know, I mean, I just just a little bit of polish, pup, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's an honor to be the hardcore champion.
Okay.
Being as hardcore as I am.
Hardcore hip toss.
Hardcore hip toss. I trademarked that. So.
Okay.
No, I mean we just need something that's not missing bolts and barbed wire, something classy for a classy guy like myself.
Okay. Oh, so it's not like every other indie belt out there. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So we're gonna have to do some renovations, some changes, especially for me.
Okay. Those are the numbers that go in a mailbox. I just realized. This is let me paint a picture. There's a giant P, like a Pirates level. I don't even know where a metal P in the Pirates font.
Yep.
Would even come from? Did somebody make that? I need the history of this belt.
It got shaved down.
It got shaved down. Okay. Well, that was the pride point of that belt for sure.
I find it really funny though that Brandon did put the 880 and the hardcore on it just for me to like take it away from him.
Okay.
And make it cool.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, again, he's beaten so many people, just can't beat me.
Andrew Carr or Alex. Andrew, I'm making up names. Alex Carr out there in California says "Hardcore Hip Toss" is my favorite Mickey James song. Anyways, there you go.
Cheers.
Hardcore Hip Toss. I think that's your new theme song.
Could be. I don't know.
We'll throw it and see what happens. So, anyways, what is the prerequisites for members of a hardcore assembly gauntlet?
I'll try to.
Is there training for this? Is it like that LFG show they're doing on A&E? You know, but you're the Undertaker and just bringing your wife in.
So I'll give a little spoiler. I have everybody selected.
Okay.
Not going to give away.
You have files? You have binders of hardcore people?
Yes, and this was I was at work for hours trying to decide who could just pick apart Brandon one by one by one.
Lots of red string?
Yeah, and it was tough. It was tough, but I got it narrowed down, and there is training currently going on because I need to have every single one of these people hard at work to make sure he doesn't even make it through the first person.
Okay.
Hard at work. We got this on.
Do you
lock.
start with the toughest guy? Do we end with the toughest guy? You will put him in the middle?
That's where you got it wrong.
No?
They're all tough.
They're all tough.
They're all
all
winners.
equally tough.
They're all tough. They're all winners. And they're just like me. They're all hardcore.
Okay.
Just can't be as hardcore as me.
Are they all I don't know. I don't know how much you want to put out there, but are they all people we've seen before at 880? Are there going to be surprises on there?
Could be.
Could be.
Might not be. You may have seen these people. Might not have. I don't know.
That's a very political answer. There you go.
I can't let Brandon have a leg up on me.
Yeah, why would you?
I can't do that.
Listen, we're trying to ask the hard-hitting questions. I'm trying to do two in a row here. Okay,
you want to ask a hard-hitting question? Who hits the hardest? It's Dior Castro.
Okay.
Next question.
Okay. All right. You do. Let's talk about this because I was trying to figure this out because you joined the. I'm trying to figure out the configurations because we got the jocks and they're like. They're basketball guys.
Dogs.
They got matching jerseys. They're your dogs, if you will. And you
no S.
You
those E's or
dogs. Okay. I think I got it now.
Okay.
I think I'm with it.
Perfect.
So, are you a member of the Department of Jocks, or is it DR Castro and the Department of Jocks? Kind of like Toad in the Wet Sprocket.
Still a work in progress. I'd say I am the OG jock. I'd say that I was a jock before they were jocks. But
hipster jock.
It's up for speculation.
Speculation? I'm speculating jockness.
Yep. Everything's up for speculation.
Well, we have been talking with the Enigma, DR Castro here, the 880 Hardcore Champion, and of course you'll be presiding over DR Castro's Hardcore Gauntlet this Thursday night at 880 Wrestling's Thursday Night Fights. Right. That is at the South Side. It is free for you to attend up at the old One Up Skate Shop. Very, very close to the studio, and I'm loving my commute now with this thing. And of course, it's going to be free on IndyWrestling.us streaming platforms, including YouTube and IndyWrestling.network for free, as well as our Twitch channel and Facebook. And we squeeze it into a vertical box on Instagram. And there's a there's a camera on TikTok hanging out by Toddy. So thank you so much. You're on all the Picture Perfect DR Castro in some fashion on most social media, correct?
Yeah. Twitter, it's at Castro Dior. Instagram, it's Picture Perfect Castro. TikTok, Picture Perfect Castro.
So type all that in until you see something that looks like him.
Perfect.
That's my social media strategy these days.
Picture Perfect.
So,
there we
Picture Perfect. There you go. You're going to stick around, help us with some matchmaking, and have a little fun. Perfect. We're going to have Mayhem Mania coming up after the break, and I'm going to go drink a little bit more coffee. We'll be right back after this.
I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
We are back. It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Dior Castro is still with us.
Yep, I'm here.
Even after that tough line of questioning.
Hey, listen, I'm up for all of it.
Well, I hope you are, and we're going to find out, because it is time for Mayhem Mania.
We gotta go big or go home. We're down to the gold.
Presiding over Mayhem Mania is the Riz.
And yes, it is me. It is I. I'm doing things.
Tis the Riz.
Didn't you say thus before?
I don't know. I can't tell you what I did last week.
Remember when you just started saying thus to me today?
Thus the road. That's because
that was weird.
My stuff that wasn't not working. Listen,
thus
it's been a day.
Mayhem Mania.
Yes.
It's not just an ultimate fantasy booking challenge. It's also a competitive thought experiment.
Indeed.
Especially right now. It's even better than before. Better than it was a couple years ago. Better than it was last year. Better than it was any years prior. With the top talent of the WWE and the current state, you get to choose to accept to create the best WrestleMania card there is. You get to be Triple H without, with more hair probably and a lot less,
And the troublesome in-laws.
Yeah. Anyways, so this is your opportunity to make the best Mayhem Mania card out there. You have free roam with the same group that Triple H can pick. And now, sometimes the door's open.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the door's closed. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But you are here to make some matches. And I have gathered 5 of the very best, including Dior Castro, including the maker of the Alex Cars role, Alex Cars, and including Sorg and Tina. And I believe this is the first time we're having this discussion. The founder and owner of Mayhem Mania, Mr. Matt Carlins.
You honor me with your presence.
Golf clap.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, let's run down the first set. You know what? No, let's run down who's in space jail first.
Okay, we got this.
Of course, we have Hulk Hogan, Doink the Clown. I like how you used an old picture of Hulk Hogan. Oro Mensa.
It's like his first championship.
Fraxium, Dominic Mysterio, Montez Ford, Charlotte, and Karma.
Awesome call.
That was an awesome call.
Yeah.
Karma. Whatever you want to call her. And now, hopefully they're the right ones, Sorg. Or whoever's doing this.
What?
Let's run down the matches.
Okay.
So first we had the Mad One select. This always gets me for some reason. Uncle Howdy, who was selected, versus the Boogeyman versus the Great Khali. Just main event material.
Some fine booking.
Main event, Great American Bash types booking right there.
It's a main event at any indie show in the country.
Main event of Capital Punishment.
Jesse selected a lot of people in this one.
Okay.
Mr. AJ Francis, Dexter Loomis, JC Jane, Lindsay Dorado, and Tama Tonga in a 5-way. He was about to make it a 6-person tag, 6-person, but I think somebody's hurt. Mr. Ronnie Starks made a match. And it was Seth Rollins versus Moose.
Ooh.
Again, that match I would pay to see.
I need to find better pictures of TNA, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm real sorry, guys.
Yeah, no,
I was trying to figure this out while I was on my layover today in Chicago.
Next was DP Dave Podner, who selected Gail Kim, Penta, Io Sky, and actually, Matt, can you do the Chelsea Greens thing? I'm here.
Don't mind if I do. Chelsea Green.
Thank you. I couldn't do that justice. Matt, True Prince of Pro, actually made a selection as well with Jay Uso.
Listen.
Against Oba Femi.
Listen. Apple spell check is a bitch. I'm sorry for the J. I'm sorry to the Jay Usos out there.
Wow.
It was original J U's, so I fixed part of it.
That's applicable.
Yeah, I
that's
guess.
fair. Speaking of you, Sorg, You actually had a match selection last week.
Yeah.
With Joe Hendry versus John Cena hugging Cody Rhodes.
The graphic.
And it looks like he's hugging Joe Hendry.
It could have,
I believe.
Could have been hugging Homer Simpson. Who knows? That's a callback to the talk. Yeah. That's a callback to another podcast today.
It is. Tina made a selection as well with BFAB and Michin versus TNA Superstars Spitfire. And you would, and Matt, you would be very proud to know she was the one who put Charlotte in the space jail.
Get out of here, Charlotte.
Yeah,
that's right.
And actually, we had a nice little randomizer selected match as well. And it actually made a really good ass match.
Huh.
Logan Paul versus Booker T. Come on.
And I'm just saying, and this is not to influence everybody's picks, but if we continue with Booker T as part of this, I'm going to put in eventually King Booker.
Yes.
As a personal preference.
King
Booker.
Point of order.
Yes.
Point of order.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask this question. I actually just wanted to say point of order for once in my life. But I do have a real question. What happens if the randomizers match graduates?
The randomizer gets another match.
Yeah, the randomizer gets special powers and
Rando Calrissian gets another match.
That's right. That's right.
The AI wins.
I just don't know if I want the AI to win, Riz. I'm concerned.
Whoa, now we know who the true enemy of this exercise is.
But yeah, so again, pre-show during the intermission, I did have both Matt and Alex both select their cards.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't tell them what they were. I didn't tell them what I was doing. And so all the old players that were here last week, you don't get a card. You already made it. You had your stuff.
First time only.
So Dior,
Yes.
tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Right there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Thank you. Cool.
I don't like that.
And high or low?
I don't like that. High or low?
Higher.
Okay. So let's see.
That's a Dungeon Master reaction there.
I would say I felt like I was at a doctor's appointment for a second, and the doctor was just like looking in my ear, and he's like, What's it look like, Doc?
Okay. Yeah.
It looks like
Okay. That actually
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep that one.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
And so Dior, you're going first.
All right. Perfect.
You're our guest.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
And
what can you do?
Dior, you selected this. You selected Becky Lynch.
Ooh. Okay.
As your choice.
Okay.
But you said higher.
Okay.
And you got higher.
Okay.
So you not only get to pick a match with Becky Lynch in it.
Okay.
Or little side here, or you can switch Becky Lynch and put her in space jail and bring somebody back in, but you have to use that character you have to use that wrestler from space jail.
And once again, here's a space jail lineup here. Doink the Clown, Fraxium, Charlotte,
I know what I'm doing.
that Oba something guy,
Oro Mensa,
Montez
Fraxium.
Ford, Dominic Mysterio, Awesome Kong,
Dominic
and
DeNucci.
Hulk, Dominic DeNucci Stereo. So,
Yes.
all right, you're going to keep Becky for use in a match, or are you going to swap for a space jailer
Becky's getting swapped.
What?
Yes.
For who?
All right.
Dominic Mysterio.
Whoa,
right.
you're
Cool,
breaking.
cool,
He's
cool.
busting them out.
Yes.
He's
Busting
busting
Dom out.
Dominic
Give me
out.
Dominic Mysterio.
Becky, jail. Dom comes out.
Yes.
And now, out of those 8 matches,
Mhm.
what you want to do with Dominic?
And what can
And
you do?
it's
what can I do?
I should mention.
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
Either destroy a match altogether and make a new match.
Okay.
It's just replace Dominic Mysterio in a match.
Like person for person. Dominic
Person
just,
for
just
person.
replaces a person.
Okay.
It's putting him in a tag team and replacing an entire tag team. But I don't think we have a tag team.
No, not currently.
Except for the women's tag match, I should say.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That'd be a choice.
And yeah, I think that's the only ones we have.
So
it's
all right. I can destroy a match.
Yes.
you can
kill and start
eliminate a
over,
match.
Okay.
or you can swap person for person.
Is somebody gonna get mad if I destroy a match?
That's the whole
Yes,
fun of
but
it.
that's the whole
Oh,
point.
That's the whole
perfect.
fun
you know
of it.
what? You know what? Screw it. I'm destroying that first match that I saw, which was
Uncle Howdy versus Boogeyman?
Boogeyman versus Great Khali.
Okay.
Because personally, if it was Uncle Howdy versus Boogeyman, I'm keeping it all day. But Great Khali, I can't have that.
Whoa! Oh no! Oh no!
Ooh.
Oh no!
Sure, I liked you, man. I just want to
I'm
play
sorry.
there.
That
I'm
is
sorry.
Great Khali is Riz's favorite wrestler.
I am sorry,
That's-
and there's matches that the Great Khali belongs in. He would thrive in.
Probably like facing Kane and Batista.
Oh my
And
gosh!
then
Now we're talking.
Kane and then Batista again,
yes.
and then Kane and Batista.
Taker.
Yeah,
Squash
Alright.
and
That's-
Taker.
Swoggle.
So, what
Yeah,
is
so-
the match you were making with Becky Lynch?
Dominic
No, with
Mysterio.
Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic Mysterio. Sorry.
Oh, man, this is a match I want, I need, injected into my veins, and this is all time, right?
Shit. Current state.
Oh,
Current state. Could they be at WrestleMania this year?
Could
Dang
they
it.
Also,
compete?
also, the relationship with TNA is on the table. Obviously.
Yes.
Okay, that kind of broke up what I wanted to do there.
What did you want to do?
I wanted to do Dominic Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero.
Nope.
Ooh.
No more
Yeah.
dead wrestlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
well,
more dead wrestlers.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
you don't want to do like the Andre the Giant match that we had a couple years ago
No zombie Andre again.
with a tiny hat.
We also had a lot of animals in that
Mhm.
year for some reason.
All right, I think I got my match.
Okay.
Okay.
I want
Mm-hmm.
Dominic Mysterio versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Cool.
Normal match,
Okay.
straight wrestling, nothing but wrestling,
Okay.
and we'll see that Dominic Mysterio is the greatest Mysterio that ever lived.
Mhm.
Okay. That's the move.
That's a move.
Awesome.
All right.
Dominic versus Undertaker. Riz, what's next?
Mr. Alex Cars.
Uh-oh.
You selected the 6 of Spades.
That's my favorite Motorhead song, The Six of Spades.
In that 6 of Spades, you know which wrestler had that moniker?
I don't, but
Six.
I want you to know right now before we get any further, I appreciate this little business of
we
picking and
haven't
choosing.
really. Yeah, this is.
This is new to me. I'm a couple years behind. Anyways,
Good,
go ahead.
that's fine. You selected 6 of Spades, and the 6 of Spades. Make some noise. It is X-Pac. But X-Pac did something bad, and he's in space jail.
Oh no!
So what are my options?
So
Good luck.
now you can just make a normal ass move. So you know the moves of replacing a match, replacing a wrestler, swapping a wrestler out, swapping a wrestler with another wrestler that's already in a match. You know all the options.
You know the. So I just.
You know
Now
you know the rules, and so
you,
do I.
You know what I see? Here's the funny thing. I just got done saying, "Oh, I love this little business of how you select it. You know, you can now have someone specific that you have to put in or do with."
Mm-hmm.
But no, not me, because Xbox.
You put somebody in jail. You just put somebody in jail.
I see.
The random pick put him in jail.
Yeah.
The random pick put him in jail.
You put Xbox in jail.
Yes.
I will admit that's a bummer because I had a whole brilliant idea just based on yours turn. But anyways, crap. Now I actually got to pull up my notes here. Okay. Yes, I did have notes.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Professional.
I am going to. I gotta be honest. I'm looking at that card that the match the randomizer made,
mm-hmm.
and I am not vibing with it.
Oh, that is the Logan Paul Booker T.
I am not vibing with that match. I'm not vibing with Logan Paul being on this card, but that's all.
Okay.
But I think rather than take him off the card, I am going to make him miserable by leaving him on and adding. Wait, hold on. This is where I got my notes again, so I don't mess up here. Okay. Already in it. And we said the relation and the working relationship with TNA is on the table, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, they're already on there. Probably won't take that long. This is why I have my tabs open here. Let's go and add. On the roster page, I'm going to assume that I can use him, and you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
I'm going to add Matt Cardona to Logan Paul versus Booker T. He is always ready, and he is Mayhem ready.
Is he on the roster? Is he on the roster page?
He's on the TNA.
He's on the TNA roster page.
Okay.
Roster page.
Okay, we're gonna call that official.
I'll call it official.
So it's Logan Paul versus Booker T. Booker T has been tapped
Booker
out.
T. No, wait, you're replacing Booker T, or are you keeping Booker T?
Do I have the option? Can I add? Right,
oh yeah,
can
you
I
can
add Matt Cardona to the.
Yeah, you can.
It's a triple threat.
Triple threat.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a triple threat.
Like I said, the goal is now to make Logan Paul miserable. If we're gonna have him on the card, we're gonna make his life as miserable as possible in this Mayhem Mania.
Good, I like it.
Okay.
Sorg.
Oh shit!
You don't get to pick.
Son of a bitch!
You don't get a randomizer.
Okay. All right.
Unless you want to take somebody out of space jail. But that will be your move.
Is just taking them out and putting them back in play. No, there's nobody. I mean, Awesome Kong maybe, but I'm not feeling strongly enough about it. Doink the Clown though.
Becky's in there now.
Huh?
Becky's in there now.
Becky is in there.
Hogan's also in there.
Yeah, he can stay. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Let me look at this landscape here. I mean,
you can also do something to the match Alex just made, and just
And Alex Carr is the Alex Cars.
Yeah. Because I think it happens every time he's on.
Man, this 5-way is pretty wild.
It is.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to him. There's this thing, and then there's like this 4-way here that's very lucha.
Very lucha underground.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Give me a second here. So we have that. Is there anybody that we're not thinking of in this one? Looking at roster.
Which one are you looking at?
I'm looking at. It's the one on your screen there right now.
Oh.
It's the Penta, Gail Kim, Io, and Chelsea. It just feels like there's something missing in this thing.
I mean, there is a wrestler that's missing from this match.
And I think I know who it is. Hold on. Let me do a real quick check here.
Or it could be somebody
I want to make sure it's right.
Who also has a mask and wrestles sword.
No, not somebody who has a mask. I think I need to go and add Jeremiah Crane to this match, also known as Sami Callihan.
Oh.
And you know what? Actually, I'm going to correct this because I did not understand why we had Gail Kim in this. Because the rest of these are Lucha Underground alums.
Because I believe Gail Kim was
needed to be used and got added to it. So let's do a corrective maneuver here. Love you, Gail. Gail Kim is out, and Sami Callihan has been added to this match.
Nice. I like it.
Cool. Please go. Cool. And I'll go with Tina next. Tina.
Hola.
Do you have your special effects?
You have your special. Yeah, you have your.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay, good.
Is it coming up?
It's not coming up. I don't think.
Oh, it's not coming up. It doesn't respond. It doesn't react.
It's
There you
Oh,
are.
there we go.
Hey!
Okay, we're back. All right.
You're our first
Okay.
You're our first representative cartoon character on the show.
Oh, okay.
This is
Very
a new one for
interesting.
us.
All right.
And apparently you're in space.
Yes.
You're meeting up in space.
Yes.
You're just visiting space jail.
There you go.
Visiting space jail.
You're checking.
It's like Monopoly.
You're checking to make sure we're not breaking any codes up in space, Joe.
What match?
Something like that. Yeah.
What match do you want to fuck with?
Had this in mind while while you guys were reading the card. What's that signature Big E phrase?
Don't you dare be sour.
No. He said it on the podcast.
I'm confused.
Big meaty men slapping meat.
Oh, big
Oh,
meaty.
that's it. That's it. Big meaty men slapping meat.
I wasn't sure
Thank
if we were
you,
just.
Alex.
I wasn't sure if we were just being quiet as a bit or if
No,
nobody.
I thought it was something about
Nobody
feet, so
knew.
I didn't want to say anything.
Oh, are you okay?
Okay.
I think I know where you're doing.
Where are you going, Tina?
Are you sure you know what I'm doing?
No.
I can't wait to find out.
All right. What was it? The Obafemi versus who match?
Oh,
Jay Uso. Jay Uso.
Okay.
Damn it, you do graphics next time.
No.
So the marquee says the ruler versus the Scottish psychopath. Swap Jay Uso for Drew McIntyre.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Sounds like a banger.
I'm typing my notes and it spelled Jay Uso this way again. Damn it.
Don't worry, you don't have to do it anymore. Okay.
This week.
First move ever is your last pick of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes to Matt Carlins.
Matt Carlins.
Now, Matt, I made you pick from the deck.
I thought you were holding a baby. It was his phone.
It's just a phone.
Well, you're rocking.
I made you select from the deck of many wrestlers.
Yes.
You, sir, chose royalty.
Good God.
Former King of the Ring. You selected Xavier Woods.
God damn it.
And you have to use him in a match or replace.
Or send him to space jail.
Replace somebody from space jail.
So if I send I have to apologize, Riz. I don't want to.
And then you
imply
have
that
to use said wrestler that you're in from Space Joe
right. I'm sorry. I'm glad you clarified that for me. I don't want to imply that
in a match.
you're being a little bit scattered with your explanation of the rules here tonight.
There are no rules. I'm making the show.
Riz, surely you received the voluminous text rule book of Mayhem Mania that I shipped to you via FedEx. I got the confirmation email. I know you got it. You signed for it. Don't tell me you don't know the rules. There are many rules. There are hard, fast rules, Riz. And you have to abide by them. Otherwise, we're going to have a constitutional crisis on this show, and we can't afford that. Now.
I don't read it. It's fine.
All right.
I just look for my name and everything. I just Control F, see if I can find my name. It's fine.
And you're like me. You're just here for the vibes.
Yeah, I'm just here.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got just the thing. Don't worry about this. Put Xavier Woods directly into space jail.
Oh, no.
This has got to be a first. No one has ever put him in space jail before. Release Becky Lynch.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wow. Becky Lynch back out.
And make a match between Becky Lynch and Stephanie Vaquer.
Okay. I was gonna say you're gonna make like. Oh wait, no. So you're gonna replace a match?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get rid of a match. I was gonna kill that Jey Uso match because that typo was driving me nuts. But hang on, I'm gonna look for something else.
Son of a bitch, you do graphics.
Did you do it yourself? You do it next
You do
time.
the next graphics. Fuck you. I'm tired.
I hate to see people. I'm gonna dodge the Alex Cars rule. Alex Cars.
Okay.
I'm going to make this happen. Kill that Seth Rollins Moose match and replace it with Becky Lynch versus Stephanie Vaquer. Who put on a great match tonight on NXT. NXT was quality wrestling tonight. I could hardly believe my eyes.
Oh God! Now I gotta try to spell Stephanie's name right.
Oh boy.
VAQUER.
I'm not. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Stephanie's the harder part.
Yeah.
What kind of phone do you have, Sword?
Let me just say, I'm just really glad the one Stephanie match that I got to be the tech director on, I didn't have to do the graphics.
All right.
Because it probably wouldn't have gone right. So. There was
You're
actually
replacing that with you're replacing Rollins and Moose.
Yes. We can do better. Get freaking out of there.
All right, let's see. Freaking is out of there, by the way.
Get out of here, freaking.
It is
Freaking out.
It is
oh man.
official, I believe.
Wow.
They're no longer saying frickin', meaning they might be saying fucking next.
Oh.
I find that highly unlikely.
By the way,
they're still bleeping the holy shit chance.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they even bleeped out Cody's F bomb.
Say on what
when
channel?
They recapped the
the
Elimination Chamber segment.
Let's see. I got. While you're cleaning up here, Riz, I wanted to touch base with the chat room, see some reactions to some of these moves here. Dave Ponder says, "I will call her whatever she wants me to call her." I think in reference to Awesome Colin / Karma. Kitty Cat Man. Mad One is very angry with Dior right now.
What?
Because he killed their match.
Oh.
Yes.
Sorry.
Dior touched that third rail. Dior is too pure for Mayhem Mania, worried about other people's feelings. And Dom should have broken the streak.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I agree. I agree
100%.
fully.
He will pay dearly, all caps mostly. Jeez. Big meaty men slapping meat. And Stephanie too. Well, spoilers! Damn it!
What's the spoiler?
Stephanie 2 belts.
3, 4, 5.
I don't know what to tell you about that, Sorg.
How did this match?
Other than America has made its choice, so that's just the way it's going to be.
What? Wait, what are we talking about?
Are we still talking about NXT tonight?
Are we talking
America
about...
has chosen.
Oh,
America made its choice. Yes.
Oh, between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie is. Julia's great, but Stephanie's something else.
Over like Rover.
Yep. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. So, but they were both.
All right. Wow. I'm surprised these matches made
Riz. Are we going over the ones that survived?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first match that survived this week, was Sorg's first match. Yeah, we'll start with that.
I don't know. It's the order I have
AJ
here.
Francis,
Yes.
Dexter Loomis, JC Jane, Lindsay
Yes.
Dorado,
Yes.
and Tama Tonga.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so
Joe Hendry versus John Cena also made it.
Uh-huh.
Again, John Cena is staring into your soul.
Yummy.
Because he doesn't have one anymore. And B-Fab and Michin versus Spitfire made it through. Not bad. And now the matches that were made and replaced and all that stuff. Dominic broke out of space jail and is now facing The Undertaker by Dior Castro. Becky Lynch, who replaced Dominic Mysterio, broke out of space jail and is now facing Stephanie Vacure.
Buck hair. Don't overcomplicate it. Yeah, you're okay.
Okay.
Am I having a Finn Balor situation over here?
Finn Balor.
Do I need a post-it note to remind me every week again?
And Matt Cardona is added to the Logan Paul versus Booker T match. Are we calling him King Booker yet? Should we call him King Booker in this situation? Or is he just
I think it
Booker
might
T?
after this week. We'll see how the graphics feel next week.
That's true. Drew McIntyre replaced Jay Hughes to face Obafemi.
Big meaty man slapping meat.
Big meaty man slapping
Big meaty man slapping meat.
And finally, now it's a true Lucha Underground style match with Sami Callihan, Penta, Io Sky, and Matt. Go ahead and do it. Just do it. Just do it one more time.
Thank you.
We're just gonna keep remembering Lucha Underground people on the roster and adding them as we go. It's gonna be a 10-person
there's
match.
one big one that you're missing.
What? I'm sure there is.
He's technically dead in Lucha.
Okay.
Isn't he dead in Lucha Underground? Yeah.
He's dead.
But there you have it.
I have the best idea if I get a chance next week for it.
The cards have spoken.
The cards have spoken,
And
which is fucking with. It was just fucking me because we've been playing a lot of Beltero lately, Chris. Because it's your fault.
I told you,
dude, it's the best plane game. It's the best game for the plane. It's so good.
I remember when you said
I understand poker now. I understand poker now. I never understood poker. Now I understand poker. I could possibly play poker now.
Yeah. It's so much fun.
Oh, that's what a full house is.
Yep. And next week, hearts will be broken. Mayhem will be had. And it will be a it'll be a mania atmosphere as we continue on this card building scene here on Mayhem Mania.
Mayhem Mania. That's right. Mayhem Mania, as well as a lot of things here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show, brought to you our friends over at... That's the wrong one. I'll hit it anyways. Yeah, subscribe to our YouTube, by the way. There you go. That's not the graphic that I wanted to do.
Sword.
Yeah, I found that while I was making the other stuff today.
That bell, Sword.
You like that? You like that? Oh, yeah. And while we're at it, also, hey, reminder to subscribe to IndyWrestling.us on the YouTube page. A lot of great stuff going on over there. But the thing I wanted to talk about here, all that stuff is very great, but also our friends at Slice on Broadway feeding our guests so that we don't have to worry about it here on these late nights, these through the lunch hour with the awesome cast earlier. Thank you so much for supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. SliceOnBroadway.com, the original, the OG, right up the street here, right next to Tim's Market. Also another enterprise of Slice on Broadway Incorporated, probably.
You can take some pizza to A80 Wrestling.
I didn't because I come from class downtown and there's no Slice on Broadway on the way. So
there's one in the south side.
There's one on the other end of the south side. You are correct, but
out of the way.
It's city out, but I would like it was worth the detour for sure.
You sent it to New York.
Slice on Broadway was a part of the Pizza Championship match we talked with Tatiana with a couple weeks ago. Yeah, if you go look at that over on the IndyWrestling.us YouTube, you can see that pizza involved match with Tatiana and some guy named John. It could be a pizza champion. I'm not going down that line. Never mind. That's a bad road I was going down.
Are we talking about some champion named John?
Some champion. John,
okay, I just needed to get that corrected.
Oh my God, you two. DR Castro's with us, and this is the point of the show where we find out what did you learn from wrestling this week. We're going to go around the horn here. First, let's start with the Riz.
I learned that at the Enjoy show last week.
Enjoy Wrestling. You were there.
Enjoy Wrestling.
Yes.
First of all, Jack Pollock is amazing, and is a hardcore legend, just like Joe Castro is.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But also, once it airs, you're gonna find out that Dark Sheik is one of the toughest wrestlers there is.
Okay.
They performed a match entirely in very high heels.
Wait, you didn't take the high heels off from the
No.
wedding? Also, I understand there was a cookie table. I saw a picture of Enjoy cookies.
And it was very, very delicious.
Oh.
Yeah, you missed out.
Oh, man. I told Scotty I told Scotty I had big FOMO not being able to make that show. That's why I filled my weekend with wrestling in LA, to make up for missing Enjoy as much as I possibly could.
But there wasn't a wedding there, Sorg.
No, there were no weddings where I was. That's for sure. But oh boy, but there was a Hollywood ending, so
there was. That's what I learned, Sorg.
Excellent. Matt Carlins, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned the Hardy Boys are still over, Sorg.
Hell yeah, they are.
They're on that NXT show. People are like screaming. They still get the same sound. It makes the pop makes a different sound when the Hardys come out. It makes you don't get that. You get that. That screaming.
Did you make noises? Because did you make that noise? The zoom.
Oh, that nothing came through.
No,
oh,
no.
Sorg, can you make the sound for me? I know you know what the sound is.
Yeah,
it didn't work out. I didn't hear it either.
That's okay. We got it on this end.
It is a sound so high-pitched and exuberant, the internet cannot interpret it.
No, apparently not. No.
But
that's the Jeff Hardy effect.
That is the Jeff Hardy effect. And go check out that Roadblock show. I hate NXT, and I thought it was pretty good.
You hate NXT? Wow, we haven't had this conversation for a while.
I lived through a lot of Rainbow Raw, Sorg, and I didn't really like it.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
But it kind of soured me. But tonight was really good. Had something for everybody.
Good stuff.
You greatly enjoy.
Good stuff. Excellent. Tina, you still on the line?
Yes, I am.
What did you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned that storytelling is very, very visual and telling. My favorite match over the weekend, obviously, is going to be Tony versus Mariah. And just like the little nuggets that you saw, how they used like Easter eggs, like the shoe, just everything about it, up until even the Taipei deathmatch portion as well.
It was messed up that I saw a Taipei deathmatch like 2 weeks ago, and then it's like, wait a minute, what the hell? So
yeah, it was interesting, especially with the little champagne bottle Easter eggs, stuff like that. They had these little Easter eggs that spread it throughout the lineage of the story, and just how it all culminated in this match with a proper Hollywood ending.
I definitely feel like there's definitely stuff that I missed being there live. Catch as much, because I mean they were outside a lot, so there's a lot of watching the monitors and stuff. But it definitely feels like one of those. I almost want to get the pay-per-view just to rewatch it at this point. I'm sure they're gonna post like a highlight or something on. There's a highlight right there. Gruesome display of all. They have about 2.5 minute highlight reel of the match. Oh no, that is actually the entire show. That's just part of it. So no, that's good. That's great. This isn't what I learned, but we need to put the question of who has the bigger pop, AJ Boom, Big Boom AJ, or the Hardy Boys. because it's freaking loud for AJ.
Honestly,
it's
and I hate to say it, that Rizzler pop was
that was something, dude. It was almost.
I mean,
it was almost the CM Punk return pop.
Oh my gosh!
It was. It seriously was almost. I'm like, whoa, oh, this is. I feel like I'm in Chicago again. This is weird.
Yeah.
So it was,
and it's yeah.
They do bring the boom.
They are definitely bringing the boom. If you like it, like this celebrity mix up or not, it does not matter if you like it. It sold tickets.
It's money.
It's money. It is definitely money. That is for fucking sure.
They're printing
Absolutely.
it. They're printing it.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Cars, OccupyProWrestling.com representing.
Yeah, I learned that AEW is great at doing the wrestlings, but sometimes they get it wrong on match order because I'm finding that world title match was at Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
The Hollywood ending literally came to a close with the big screens telling us the end.
Mm-hmm. That feels right. Yeah. Awesome. From the Dior, what'd you learn from wrestling?
It's not something that I learned this week.
Recently, it's fine.
Yeah, I've been learning over time. Wrestling between companies shouldn't really be a competition, as it should be classifying different talents and different types of storytelling, rather than you work for this company, you work for this company. We're gonna butt heads.
Are we talking on the high level or the mid?
All levels.
All over the place.
All levels, because it could be at the high level, like WWE provides things that AEW doesn't, and vice versa. And then you come here locally, and there's companies here locally that give you something else that another won't, and it shouldn't be a competition. It should be everybody trying to spread the love of pro wrestling.
It is, when you look at that landscape, even we say microcosm of local wrestling in Pittsburgh. I am hard pressed to tell you, and there's some that I have not attended in a while, but just from what I see little bits and hear from people, I am hard pressed to tell you who seems to be doing the same thing. Right? It felt like a bunch of companies were doing the same kind of show.
Yeah.
Like years ago, and now it is like a nice variety.
And I love it.
Yeah,
I love it because again, there could also be the same person on an indie level on two different shows. Yeah. Supplying the same thing in a different way.
The WrestleRex fans are not going to enjoy, and vice versa, in a lot of cases.
Yep.
They're attracting. Being in that different venue is attracting a whole different audience.
Yep.
That also will not go to an 880 on the south side. That also won't go to theirs. And it's not like, oh, I won't go to that because of blah blah blah. It's like the one that appeals to them, and that's okay. That is not a slight on anybody.
Absolutely.
When it comes to those guys, right?
And you can. I do it every time I'm at RWA. There are wrestlers at RWA who can do the same promo, the same gimmick, the same style of match in RWA. Be the heel there.
Yes.
And then go to 880 and be the biggest face in the
That's wild. That's wild.
That's something that it's like.
I think it's a good show of depth and range, but that might be somewhere where I peel off. I think because everywhere I work, I work heel. So I think it should be, especially if you're in the same town, portraying that personality, because then it can get confusing. Yeah, it can be like, oh, I'm here one week, I'm cheering him, but now I'm supposed to boo him. Who am I really getting? Yeah.
It's sometimes the motivations make sense across that, and things like that. So, but yeah, it's but also it's a lot of different audiences. So
for sure. Absolutely.
There are not as many Bradleys as you think.
Yeah, true. You see those
on so many levels.
You see that front row. You know who's in that front row.
Yeah.
And then second row on. Yeah. It's a different audience.
There's a different point. There's a certain point. There's not as many that are the super fans that are on everything. You know what I mean? Yep. Like I did see this in LA. I saw some people.
What are you talking about, Sorg?
What's that? Oh. Wait, how did you double yourself?
What was that from earlier?
Yeah. No, that was there. Like I had a background of it from before this.
Okay.
And
It's like, I'm like, you doubled
yeah,
Riz.
I don't know
What's
what you're talking
happening?
about, Sorg. Of
I
who might be like a big super fan
yeah.
who just
Love
decides
this so
to get
much that they go
involved,
to 3 of them a
gets
month.
a little bit overboard,
Yeah.
and like has to be taught a lesson.
I'm gonna be completely honest. That is the exact gym that I wrestled in, and then proceeded to walk out, and my car was keyed.
Oh, really?
It was a McMecken, yeah.
Oof.
Was there a VCW show?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Knowing that crowd.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So, teach their own. I don't even know what to say after that. Like, I wish I knew who it was though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's probably
Yeah.
Bradley. It's probably Bradley. From the chat room,
Pretty much,
we have a lot
100%
going on
Bradley.
here other than Mad One's budding feud with DR Castro and Mayhem Mania. What is happening here? Oh, next, I don't know if I should read that note. BFAB is spelled wrong. You do the graphics. Fuck. Dave Potter learned that Fortnite is for kids and Elden Ring is for adults per Randy Orton. So,
Whoa.
what
What if
Very
you play
true.
both? What if you play both?
There you go. You know what? You can like AEW and WWE. You can also play Fortnite and Elden Ring.
Yes.
Randy.
Yes. Yes. Perfect.
There you go. Mad One learned that former
Play
places.
Monster Hunter Wilds like an adult.
Mad One learned that the former places where I went to panels at Comic-Con is a really cool venue for wrestling. Okay. Also, I need explain that to me on Patreon, please. I also learned that AEW doesn't know the definition of ending because endings usually are at the end of shows. It's ending a feud. Like, wasn't there like 3 feuds that had enders on that show? There's like, I mean, where do you go? You know,
there's a lot.
You know, there's a bit happening there. True Prince Matt learned that at the Enjoy Wrestling show that wrestling can make me very emotional. Also, that Jack Pollock versus I almost gave him a new name. MV Young is one of the best matches you'll ever see in the Pittsburgh area. I cannot wait.
100%.
I have the footage sitting in the back. I need to watch it.
100%.
Shout out Jack Pollock.
Shit.
Shout out Jack Pollock.
It's very large files, so I can't just put it on my phone, you know? So, I can't wait for the final cut.
Like
Scotty,
the amount of wrestlers that were like in the crowd.
Oh
in
my
the
God,
back.
I imagine.
Like it was
Jack Pollock. I feel so bad missing it, man. But like Jack Pollock has been like, God, he is just one of those staples over the last like decade or so, right? Like he's been at every company. He's been the fucking lunatic at every company. Let's be honest. I say that with love, man. Like he gave you moments. He did a lot of stuff that will scar your memory forever. And that is what does he call himself? The Pittsburgh hardcore icon.
Yeah.
So and I know that the little Diors out there are looking up to him.
No, absolutely. Like if I could say anything about Jack, like just over the few years that I got to share locker rooms with him, he dropped so much knowledge on me. He helped me build my character and who I was, because a lot of the time we were seeing Jack as a heel, and trying to portray that can be hard sometimes for somebody like me. And listening to him, watching him, and falling behind and just following his lead was always the best. It was always the best, and I got to share the ring with him once, and it was a pleasure. And I can never say enough good things about him.
That's awesome. Shout out to Jack, and of course, see the outcome of that over on Enjoy Wrestling's YouTube. They should be putting it up there. I know last time they put it on Patreon, maybe a week before. They might be doing it again. I don't know if I heard word exclusively, confirming that. If Scotty's in the chat room somewhere, maybe he'll tell me. But as far as what I learned, I hate to follow that up, but What I learned this week is LA is becoming one of my favorite wrestling towns. It is now on the list officially after this weekend. I haven't seen a lot out there since WrestleMania. Of course, WrestleMania is its own experience because it was doing a lot of work that weekend and everything too. But I'm realizing the crazy shit I've seen over the years, because one of my first, I think my second trip with my company that I get to travel with was back in 2016. It was in California. My first time on my own in SoCal, and I'm realizing that weekend, that weekend was when I went to Lucha Underground, for instance, and I think I found other shows there. I saw a weird hardcore bloodbath show in front of 10 people in Sun City. Went to Alex, you and I went to that Inoki Dojo show. Remember that, where the mat didn't move? And I think what was his name? Funny Bone? Was that his name?
Bone, yeah.
Funny Bone was there. That was fucking crazy. This Rivals Pro show was fun. Geez, God, what else have I seen there? We saw a Rise Women's show there, didn't we? It was a pay-per-view where like Bull Nakano came out.
Yeah. I think that was even the one that had steel cage match to it. I'm not 100%.
I think Sue Young, was on that show. So which was the big reason, because I'm a big Sue Young fan, not as big as Christian Noir, but yeah, it is like LA's got a fucking vibe, and even to like, I'm sitting here watching this show. I think you heard me talking about the Rivals show earlier. This show, Alex, and I don't know how familiar you are with them, but again, it's got the Ray Horus. It's got a couple of name guys like big dude Tito. What is his name? I'm getting tired. Bad dude Tito, and everything like that. And everybody looked like they could fucking go, and it was amazing. So like the Wicked guy, which is funny because Wicked is how my mother says my dog's name, Wicked, because she's a Yinzer, and I was just like, that was funny that the guy's name is Wicked. But that guy was an impossible flippy guy, like the stuff he was doing, like it was like Ricochet style, you know what I mean? And it was like, it was just, Riz, when we you'll say, hey, eventually you'll learn how the wrestlers kind of move, but then you get somebody that's very like weird flippy, like we know how wrestlers move, then we shoot a Vikingo match and realize we have no fucking idea which way he's gonna go next.
What a dude, what a guy.
like him, or like I didn't get to do one of them, but I imagine Commander's the same way.
Yep.
He's just like, he doesn't move the way you expect for the follow.
Yes.
And I've seen big shows not follow him, right? Mm-hmm. Like, but it's just so impossible, and it's such a different pattern and everything like that. But anyways, like, where was I getting at? So like, and these are baller fucking shows.
You want to move to LA and do?
I do not want to move to LA, man, but I definitely want to visit more. So, and actually, I'm going to get the opportunity to go out there for some work here in a month too. So probably be too busy to catch wrestling at this one, but there's a lot of really cool stuff to go check out there. So, really, man, I might like LA more than New York right now. So, and I'm a big fan of New York, and so, but anyways, which is also wild, but. The commission probably doesn't help up there. And then Jersey's another animal. Anyways, on that note, DR Catcher, thank you so much for joining us. I think I got everybody's yell if I didn't get your what you learned. You'll be around, I presume, for 880 this Thursday night for the hardcore.
If I got 2 seconds, I'd just like to give Brandon St. James one last message.
Okay.
Brandon, this Thursday, gauntlet match. You're going to die. Period.
You're going to die, clown?
Yeah.
Like something like that?
I'm going to make sure of it.
Okay. There you go. Go check them out. Again, Thursday night, IndyWrestling.us. I'm going to use that cool new graphic again. There you go, if you're on video. And check all that stuff out. Patreon. We are going to be on Patreon. Talk about whatever. And follow up on some of those chat notes. And we're gonna post game with Riz, and Matt's going to give a very real critique of Mayhem Mania and the state of Mayhem Mania. So, thank you everybody for. Oh no, that's wrong.
No, that's the thing. What did you do that for?
That was not okay. I'm going to edit that out later, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time. Mayhem out.